use. We can just get started on probably just the basics of what the session is about and how we're going to progress through it. So it's very simple, actually. It's how to leverage social media in your career development. This is how can you take advantage of the benefits that come with using social media to make sure that you can grow in your career. And one of the easiest things that you'll be told you can use is probably LinkedIn. But then you find that LinkedIn, some people do not know how to use it. LinkedIn is spelled LinkedIn. And so LinkedIn is one of the examples of social media platforms that you can use. So throughout, I'm going to talk more of how can you position yourself, how can you market yourself, because in this day and age, you are really competing with so many people to find a job. And now it comes to beyond the papers. What more do you have, or what activities do you do that would make you appealing to somebody somebody who is searching for someone to work with. I'll give you an example. Let's say you are interested in community development, and then you want to work as a community health volunteer, and you've already gone through, let's say, a nursing course, but then you don't understand, you don't know where you can get the jobs. Like you've worked, you've studied, you are now ready to work, but then now you want to be employed. So let's say it's you and someone else who have the same qualifications, and then the employer decides they want to go now check your social media profile. Will they find you as saying this job that you're applying for, it is something that you're actually interested in, or will they find something that is completely different? So it's just how to position yourself, how to market yourself. So the three softwares, the three apps that I'm going to suggest about are Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So we'll start with the one everybody knows, Facebook. I will categorize it same as Instagram because they're very interlinked. So even the pages that you like, the things that you talk about, the things that you share, the people that you follow, is it helping you gain more knowledge about your interests? If you're somebody who is into environmental projects, are you following people who talk about taking care of the environment? Are you up to date with climate change? Are you sharing posts that you like about it? Are you taking part in activities on the ground that support this activity? And one of the things that you can do is, if these are things that actually interest you, is you go like the pages you share. You don't have to come up with the post yourself. Somebody else has come up with it for you. You're using a simple method to just be known. Add a hashtag such that if anybody is saying hashtag environment awareness, the post that you like, even your page, comes up very fast because you're always sharing things on the environment or on climate change. Even your activities on the ground, if you go for a hike, taking that photo and showing you are around trees is already an added advantage for you. But are you actually doing that, or are you just going there saying, oh, soft life? There's nothing wrong with saying soft life, but what more can you say besides soft life? So this is when you think, okay, I'll talk about, let's say, a particular tree I saw there, and I want to share with others about how that tree has inspired me. Such small things are the ones which will show, yeah, by this person is genuinely interested in a career as an environmentalist. And say now that is for Facebook and Instagram. Then now you come to LinkedIn. How many of you have heard about LinkedIn? You can also type in the chat and say whether you've heard about it. If you haven't heard about it, you could say no, I've not heard about it. I'm giving you like a minute to type. If you've heard about LinkedIn, type yes. Or if you've not heard about it, type no in the chat box. I'm seeing Taf has heard about it. Yes, who else? Nora has heard about it. Ronaldo has heard about it. Wendy hasn't heard about it. You can type in the chat box. Okay, I'm seeing some of you have, some of you haven't. Some are coming in through my direct message and it's showing, yes, there are those who had and there are those who have not. Okay, so that will actually be more of like an assignment for today, later on. Go and type in LinkedIn. Google search how to create a LinkedIn profile. And there's WikiHow. WikiHow shows you how to go through it step by step, or you can even watch a tutorial on YouTube on how to create a LinkedIn page, or even on their website. When you click on it, they can ask you to set up your LinkedIn profile. So this is like having, I finally fixed my internet. So this is like having an important, it's like having an important marketing tool. How are you going to talk about yourself? So you put up your profile, and then you have your CV in a soft copy. In terms of anybody who clicks on your profile can know all about your career, about what your interests are and what they are related to. And then when they're going through it, they can see, okay, is this somebody I want to work with, or is this somebody I do not want to work with? So if you decide to create a LinkedIn profile, and I suggest that you do, please add in those things such as the posts you've volunteered for, the activities you've done in school and out of school. Because at this stage, I know most of you are either just finishing school or you are starting your jobs, and some of you haven't had the opportunity to gain a lot of work experience. But this should not lock you out from having a profile, because the profile is really, who are you, you know? So if, let's say you've played any sport, say, yes, I was a sport, which sport you are in, and then beyond that, talk about how you are a team player, what it taught you, what more you need to learn from it, such things. And somebody can at least judge your character from your profile. And with LinkedIn, it's very easy to use. But again, you need to question yourself. You need to know who you are. You need to be aware. You remember in the previous sessions, we were talking about charting your career plan. So you already created a career plan. You already know who you need to follow, what you need to do to get to where you want to go to, and then also what skills you have. So those skills, you'll be asked to put them in. Sorry, I've disappeared from the light. So those skills, you'll also need to do it. With those skills, you need to add them to your profile. When you add them to your profile, now people can, when they're searching there, let's say an employer wants somebody who knows how to sew, kushona nguo. They will write there sewing as a skill they're searching for. And then the profiles that have somebody who knows how to sew will come up. So those who know how to sew, it will come up. If somebody is searching for somebody who has skills like cooking, if you write you in your skills while creating your profile, I can cook or cooking, your profile will come up as one of the ones that can be sought after by this person or a recruiter. So the difference between LinkedIn and other profile and other social medias is that there, let's say it's just your professional, who you are as a professional. And if you want to know what other professionals are doing, it's also a place where you can do a lot of networking. Let's say you're an engineer, for those who are doing engineering, you go there, you type in, let's say like Bridget does marine engineering. She'll write there marine engineering and then see marine engineers in Mombasa. A list of marine engineers in Mombasa will come up. She may even go further to check who are the women engineers in Mombasa. If she finds another woman engineer, I know engineer is not is a gender neutral term, but if she wants to search for a female one, she can find one, and then she can even connect to one. It doesn't necessarily have to be female or male, but I'm just giving an example because this is a women for women platform. So she decides to find another woman who is doing her career, can reach out to her and ask her, can I probably be mentored by you if this is somebody that they also feel is someone they admire. If you read their profile and you think this is the path I want to take, then that means you can reach out to them, talk to them, and then they can guide you in your career journey. So you are here, you just started out with creating a profile, and you're now able to reach other people who are in your industry or who are like you. And when you're learning from them, you're really just growing and improving your network. And again, if you know your network, if there's a job opportunity, which are also posted on LinkedIn, by the way, if there's a job opportunity, it is easier for people to reach you and it's easier for you to reach out to people. So just imagine there's a company, there's a big company, and it has posted a job advert, and then you find out that one of the people in your circles works in that organization. Is it not easier to ask them the process of applying than when you do not know someone at all? And if this person, let's say, was somebody you followed and they actually followed you back, and they keep seeing that you are always up to date with the information on things that are related to that company, you're always attending conferences, you're going for these events, you are sharing your thoughts on a certain job. If they are looking for people to hire and they are already familiar with your name, you will be among the ones who are being shortlisted very, very easily compared to someone who they've never seen, they've never heard of. They look at their social media, they see nothing about it. It's just a blank page. They cannot judge you from your CV. They cannot judge you from your, what's this? They cannot judge you from your online profile. There's nothing to speak on about you. So if there's nothing about you, what makes you stand out then? You just need to ask yourself these questions. So the next thing now that you need to do is just go create a profile, follow the people you need to follow, and then now interact with them so that you are visible, you are always you're just in the right space, so that if opportunities come up, you're the first person on people's minds. So before I continue to the next app to use, I am going to take questions on LinkedIn and on Facebook. Do you have any questions on LinkedIn and on Facebook? Any question, just feel free to unmute yourself and then you can ask your question. Hello. Are we together? If you have no question, you can also say, let's proceed. Let me check the chat box. Yes, LinkedIn has so many connections. And by the way, the good thing about it is sometimes when you're new, it will even tell you how you rate according, depending in relation to other people. So let's say you've created your profile and then somebody else has created their profile. It will help you compare yourself. And sometimes, although we are told, oh, don't compare yourself with other people, if you're told we can't compare yourself with other people, it's good to have that challenge of who can I benchmark with? It's less of comparison, it's more of benchmarking. So if you're able to benchmark and you know how you rate according to other people who've come out of school together with you and those who've probably not come out of school together with you, it's I personally joined LinkedIn in 2014, and over the years, I constantly changed my LinkedIn profile. When I started out, I only had my face, my picture, that is, and then I just had, I've worked in this place from this date to this date. I have volunteered in this place from this date to this. Employed. So my bar was always 20%. I was like, this thing is challenging me. I don't want to always be here at 20%. So I added more details to, let's say, I'd listed I was a volunteer. So me, I was a Sunday school teacher when I was growing up. So I wrote there, I was a Sunday school teacher at ACK St. Matthew's Saika from the year 2007 to 2010. I taught children how to read the Bible. I added those details because at that time, that volunteering was the only thing I had done. But for me, it was very important. So I said, me, I'm a volunteer. I am a volunteer teacher. So that is what I had filled. Then after that, I filled in, I was a librarian in high school. I filled, I was a librarian in high school. I would organize these things, this and that. To somebody, like right now, if I'm writing a CV, those two things, I'll not put them because at the moment, they're not relevant to my job. But at that time when I was creating my profile, it was the only thing that could show what I have done. And I was an organizer. I could interact with children. I could teach people. And that is how I got now another internship to train people, because they could see I already had experience working with others. Now, this is 2021. 5 years later, I've added other jobs on top of it. So my ranking is now at like 95% because I've filled in more details over time. It's not something that you just do overnight. It takes time and you'll always have to keep updating it. And so now I have more jobs I can add in. And it becomes now that even the software itself, now the app suggests for you what jobs to apply for. It also suggests to you, like if a recruiter is searching for people and then they see your profile, it will show you a recruiter from this company looked at your profile. So it is up to you to even go reach out to that company and look at their website, check if they're offering jobs. Then you're applying at a time where it's convenient for you. So it serves so many functions. You market yourself. You can see other recruiters. You can see what other people are earning. There's just so much that is on this profile that if you take advantage of it, you really make your job search very, very easy. Yes. Any questions before I proceed? Yes, it has subscriptions. Oh, there's a question here. Sorry. There's a question here. Somebody is asking, does it have subscriptions? Yes, it has subscriptions, but maybe I am a typical user of internet and I'm using the free version. I've been using the free version since that 2014. So that's 7 years down. It still serves its purpose. But if you have the money to pay for the premium version, well and good. But For now, even if you don't have, because if you're jobless or if you do not have enough money to spare to pay for the subscription, it is still free, and the free version still works well.
Yeah.
If up till there we don't have any question, I will proceed to how you can use YouTube to market yourself, and also the different ways you can earn money from it, in case you want to earn money from it. So I know some of you are YouTube, you're starting out your YouTube influencer journey, and it's a good thing, it's a good initiative, and YouTube has really changed its algorithm of late. And before, you could just post, and then after some time you start earning in the money. But nowadays, before you can even monetize your platform, you need to have been on it for some time and have posted, and you have a certain number of hours that people have watched. So if you're thinking you're going to start today and start earning money tomorrow, that is a huge lie. Let no one lie to you. So you can even start today and start monetizing your page, let's say 6 months later, or even 1 year later, or even 2 years. But you just have to be consistent about it. So create a page that, create a channel, a YouTube channel, or even an Instagram page, or your Facebook, whichever platform you use, or even TikTok. Although I do not know if TikTok is monetized yet, maybe through ads. But if you're at that level, you're good. But if you're not, that's fine. What you can do is be very consistent. Create a plan. Create a plan. Create a plan. And then when you create your plan, try as much as possible, stick to it. Be very consistent and be sure about the message you want. And if possible, just pick what you want to do. It can evolve over time. It can change. You do not have to necessarily stick to one topic, but it would be good if you would, because having a niche is always good. If you just want to talk generally about your life, just make sure it's something that's relatable. Do your research. Do not just do things haphazardly. If you want to invest in yourself. Investing doesn't mean you spend 300,000 overnight. No, I'm just saying if you have money to spare to buy yourself a camera stand, just buy it. Create content, just learn, start. Do not wait to be perfect to start. Just start as you are, and as you go on, you're building your skill. And then register with this Google Ads, optimizing these SEOs. What are they called? I forget. I'm sorry. But there's the way you can optimize your, let's say, your YouTube, your social media platforms, such that you're able to earn from it, and link it with, linking it with Google Ads and so on and so forth. But what I can tell you about it is just start. Make your friends watch it. If you have 100 friends and you're there, you only have 10 views. What are these other 90 people doing? They cannot be wasting you. Talk to your friends, market yourself. Every day, like you post, just send it to them. Let them get bored, but they will finally, even if they don't watch it, they'll finally click one day. And on the day they click, they may even decide to watch all 10 videos that you've created at once. And that's already 10 views you have. So it's consistency and persistence, and you really, really have to trust in yourself, because if you can't trust yourself, no one is going to realize how much potential you have, how much you can share with the world. So you need to do all of that, and just be willing to try new things. That's what I can tell you when it comes to trying to earn money through the internet and trying to build a brand. Because again, another thing you can do, let's say you're there, you're creating YouTube videos. In terms of now, bring it back to your career. If you are a chef and you share recipes, let's say on your Instagram, you've used Instagram to share your recipes and your photos of what you cook, you can decide to now have a YouTube channel that shows a short video of how you actually cook this food. And then even if you're applying to be a chef, like let's say at a nice big hotel, because not everyone wants to have their own like bakery or their own catering services. Some people want to be employed, and it is okay. Let no one judge you for wanting to be employed. Some people want to be employed, and it's easier. It works for them. That is how they build their wealth and invest their money in other things. So how will you now market yourself to be employed using your YouTube channel? Imagine you've shown people, I can write a recipe, that you've used Instagram. The quality of the food that you share looks good. It's visually appealing. You've used your social media to share your visually appealing food. And then you've even used your YouTube to show people, I actually made this food. It's me. It is I cooked it, you know. You've cooked it, and then now you're there, you've shared it. Somebody who's looking for a proper chef, even like the following you have, they may probably want to go to where you cook. Like somebody like Chef Chikoni, if you're on Instagram, go for. She has mastered how to use the internet to market her cooking, to market her restaurants, because she has opened up her own restaurants. She started out in her own bed sitter, and right now has a chain of 3 restaurants. I think years ago, it's like 3-4 years ago when she started out, and she was using social media to show the food that she cooks and her recipes. Vitu ndogo ndogo tu, and now people, personally, I would want to, if ever go to Nairobi, I'd want to go to one of her restaurants, because I follow her on Instagram. I see her food, and I just want to see it, if it actually tastes like it's good. It doesn't matter. She'll have gained a new customer. So just imagine how you can apply that even in other fields. You can use that with your music. You can use that if you're an engineer. You can use that in community development. You can use it literally anywhere. So it's really up to you to expand the boundaries. No one is limiting you. It's you who's limiting yourself. Yes, for those who are asking in the chat, if you can still write your name and register, yes, go ahead and register. Just make sure you register, because follow up after this, it will be hard if I do not have your email address and your number. But yes, anybody who has a question on YouTube and how you can use it and how you can use marketing for yourself and for your business. Any questions? Any questions? Okay. Good. So at least that part is understood. Then I know we'd previously shared, for those who are joining, please remember to register. We previously shared the slides that talk about the different social media platforms. The document that has all 4 webinars in one. So if you do not have it, you can also text me. I can send it to you.
Another critical plank.
Yes, if you don't have that document, I can send it to you so that you can also check
Education institutions.
how
Technocrats of our nation do.
You can check for yourself how to use the different platforms, and then you can also again go back to the templates we're using to create your career plans. You can go back to checking the different ways to just better yourself at the end of the day. So honestly, this one is going to be a very short one because it is strict. It was specifically on social media, and we'd already covered all the others in the previous webinars. So if anybody has a question, again, we can text me on WhatsApp, and here is okay. And then don't forget to follow our Facebook channel, our Facebook account at Kigoda Pwani. And for those from Mombasa, we have a meeting on Saturday. And if you'll be available, I would look forward to meeting you guys. And with that, I've come to the end of our meeting. Kwaherini.